Our goal for this program is to keep kids in school and healthy, able to participate in sports, able to be in class with their friends.
The Kansas Department of Health and Environment has created this program of testing to stay and play that allows students, if they've been placed in quarantine, to test every morning before school starts. And this allows them to participate in school in person and then go to practices. They don't have to miss games. They don't have to miss activities or parties that are happening in the classroom. It just allows them to still be a part of our school every day.
You do not have to have a doctor's order to have your child tested. I do have to have a signed consent from a parent. So the kind of test that we are using right now is the Abbott ID Now. It's a rapid test. We have results back in 15 minutes. It's not the deep nasal swab like some may have had at the hospital lab. I do not do those here. These tests, a lot of times I'll let the kids do themselves if they feel like they can. Testing will never be performed without a parent consent. We are considered a laboratory site. We have a CLIA waiver, so that's the same thing that a hospital laboratory would have, and that allows us to assess and diagnose cases of COVID. But the doctor's order comes as a standing order from Dr. Lee Norman. He's the state health officer for the state of Kansas, and so that standing order is always in place from him. If your child tests positive, unfortunately, they would have to go home and quarantine for 10 days from the onset of their symptoms. However, they will not have to quarantine again for at least 6 months. So that's basically going to get us through the rest of the school year without having to quarantine again. If you do not want your child to participate, that's completely fine. That's your right as a parent, and we understand this testing is not for everybody. To us, it just gives us one more option to provide to you to allow your child to stay in school. Unless your child has been medically confirmed to have had COVID, meaning not by a home test, in the past 6 months, or they've been deemed by the local health department to have been fully vaccinated, their only other option to avoid quarantining would be the testing to stay.
USD422 added this Stay to Play program because we feel passionately about education. And in-person education is the best way for students to learn. And allowing them to be tested if they've been placed in quarantine allows them to come to the classroom and be with our teachers and learn from them actively rather than passively through remote learning.